Trapunto is a technique where extra stuffing is added to some areas of a quilt design to raise them a little higher than the background, in a similar way to the stuffed crust on a pizza. Trapunto has something else in common with pizza: Italy. The word trapunto is derived from the Italian trapuntare, meaning quilt. I'm Ollie, this is Simply Stitchy, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to use the trapunto technique to hopefully give a bit of body to my applique eagle, so he can stand out better than the Yeti. Trapunto is a great way to use up your wadding or batting scraps, because all you really need is just enough to give a little bit of volume or body to the areas that you want to stand out. It's basically just a layer of extra padding. I'm going to turn the applique over and work from the back. Then I'm just going to put the wadding on the back so that it follows the line of the eagle. To make life easier, mark your fabric in the areas you want the wadding to be. Then pin using normal dressmaking pins or safety pins. You'll need to be able to see your pins, so make sure you pin the wadding to the applique from the front. The next step is to sew the wadding to the eagle from the front, which is why you need to make sure you can see your pins. Don't sew over pins, especially not safety pins. You can damage your sewing machine. I'm using Grandma for this. She's a Singer 27 treadle from 1912, and all I'm going to do is sew around the outline of the eagle. Not all the way round. I only want the extra padding on his body, so I'm not going to be sewing any wadding to the feathers of his wings. I'm just going to take my time and sew between the grey part and the brown, pivoting as I go. Pivot! Can't help thinking my sewing life would be so much easier if I could get Grandma a bit further away from the wall. And there's the back. I've tidied it up a bit by cutting the wadding down so it's closer to the stitching line. Be careful when you do this, you only want to cut the wadding. Next, it's time to make the quilt sandwich. With the eagle or the quilt top face up, you've got the wadding as the next layer, and then on the bottom the backing fabric, which needs to be face down. Trim the sandwich down a bit, but make sure to leave at least 2 inches all the way around the quilt top. This is to allow for the sandwich shrinking as the quilting stitches pull it inwards. Now to secure the 3 layers together. You can either tack it or baste it using a running stitch, or you can use safety pins every 3 inches or so, or use a basting spray. I'm tacking it with big stitches. They'll be easier to take out if they're larger. I'm securing the tacking at each end so I don't pull the stitches out by accident. With a plique, you have to sew around all the shapes or they'll just fall off. Even if you use permanent fusible web, they do start to unstick themselves eventually over time. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. Just taking my time and sewing around the outline of all the shapes. The final step to finish this quilt will be to bind it. I'm going to be popping the finished quilt on Instagram, so if you're not already following me over there, head on over and give me a follow so that you don't miss the picture of the completed item. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel before you go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.